So now let's create a new application with React Native, and we are going to initialize it with TypeScript. TypeScript is the same exactly as JavaScript, so you can write syntax of JavaScript under TypeScript, but TypeScript is giving us ability to give typing. So for example, I can define some groups. We can say crypto like object, and this crypto object will be typed. So I can say this crypto object of type crypto. So this crypto, you can access the ID, the name, as we will see later. So we are going now to initialize our application using TypeScript. First of all, let's open the folder. If you remember, we have our folder or the project backend, we put it somewhere. So I am preferring always to use, like for example, some folder on my desktop, and also I have the backend near the front end or near the mobile application. So we have the crypto prices app, we have it inside it like something called backend. So I am going here to open the folder. Here I am going to open the Visual Studio Code so I can place through the command line my mobile application. So first of all, let's open it here, because later we are going to switch to open the folder of the project. But we just need now that we have to execute the command for initializing the application of creating the application for React Native. So let's now open the terminal, Ctrl J on the keyboard in the folder Crypto Prices app, where I created my folder, which will contain the back end and the front end. The back end, we saw it before. Now we are going to work with the front end or with the mobile application. So for that, make sure that you have Node.js, you follow the steps at the beginning of this course. So we are going to initialize a new application. Initializing a new application is by the command npx and then React Native like this, and then you give init, and then you define a name for your application. So you can say crypto prices. But this command is going to initialize for you the application using JavaScript. But as I told you, we need to initialize the application using TypeScript. So for that, I am going to use another parameter by putting minus 2 times, and then I say template, and this template you have to say React-Native-template, you see here, and then you say TypeScript. So in that way, I am initializing my application to use TypeScript instead of JavaScript. JavaScript or TypeScript is exactly the same as JavaScript as I told you before, but we are giving typings. Typing means that I have variable which will have a type. But in JavaScript, you cannot type. All variables can have like number, string, but you cannot declare that in the code. So which can cause for you some runtime errors. TypeScript came to solve this issue, so you can give types for your variables. So for the name here, crypto prices, of course you can use the name which you want. So I created here this name. You can say React Native prices, crypto prices, or max prices, anything you prefer for your application. So now we are going to execute this command. I will press enter, and it will take a little bit of time. So make sure first of all you are not behind a proxy. The proxy, especially in laptops or computers of companies, are always behind some proxy for that company, especially in the big company. So sometimes this proxy will make for you some problems, because React Native requires a lot of libraries. So those libraries, some of them are blocked by the company proxy. So either you ask your IT to open for you like without a proxy, your laptop, or you can start initializing your application at home on your own internet, on your PC. So it will be better to not have any issues when you are initializing React Native application. So the installation now takes about 4 to 5 minutes. It depends on the internet speed which you have, but it will be at the end fully ready for initializing or for starting development our application. We will see in the next step how we can run this application and see it in the simulator like iPhone or Android. And of course, this step we did it in the introduction, so make sure you didn't skip that introduction if you don't know how to do that. So now the installation of the application is ready. It has some instructions like to run for Android or iOS. Of course, I'm going to use in this course iOS Simulator, and at the end of this course I'm going to run the application on Android, and if there is some issues we can fix them on Android device, as we will see later. So first of all, we need to open the folder in Visual Studio Code. So as you see, we have now back end and front end. So the front end, it will contain my application, the mobile application. So we need for that, as you see here, also the application with .ts. So we have now TypeScript. We can write TypeScript as you see here. So for that, first of all, we have to close the folder. So I will go to the File menu, and then I will choose Close Folder. So we close the folder. We are here on Get Started. So again, I will click on this Explorer. I will have this icon where it says Open Folder, or also you can have that in the menu from File in Visual Studio Code. So I will click Open Folder, go again to my applications, and then here Crypto Prices app, and now I will open this folder Crypto Prices, which is created by the command, and then I will click Open. So for that, we are ready now to work with our application. So what I am going to do, I will open the terminal again, and I will say directly like npx React Native, like as we saw how we can run any React Native application. So I will have here run iOS. If you have Android, then you can type run Android as we saw before. So for me, I will run iOS. Make sure that I have the simulator is running. So after that, we are going to execute this command, and we will wait for a while until the application gets built, and then we can start development directly. So here, as you see, our application successfully launched, and now it's building the application. And as you see, we have here something called Metro, which is a command line tool opened already. So you can zoom here so I can show you here. So everything what we are going to have log or something, it will be logged here. So this terminal window, we don't need it anymore. So we just put it here down and we close it. And also our simulator is here. So for better development experience or productivity, you can put the simulator on the side like this. So I'm going to put it like that here, and our code will be based here directly. So we can directly start coding like this. It will be better and faster experience for us. And then, as you see here, we have some initializing application. So this application, which is coming by default, as you see here, with a lot of code, we don't need all of that. This is like a template we can start with. If you remember, we created application with Hello World, and this Hello World application, we can start with it, if you remember, in the introduction of the documentation of React Native. So as you see here, we have the introduction, and in the introduction there is like some Hello World application. So we can directly copy all of this code and then go to our code again, put it here, save. Our application is reloaded without any errors, and then we have here Hello World. So it's very quick like update. So when you update your code, for example, let's do like this, or hello, or we can say goodbye world, it's opposite. So we do like goodbye world. So as you see, the update directly comes after we save. So in that way, we are updating the context of the application. Of course, it's not fully rebuild the application. Sometimes you need to do a full rebuild, especially when you are doing some changes in functionality or installing some library. It's better to do full reload or full build. To rebuild the application, as you see in Metro, which we opened or which installed, it says to reload the app, press R. To open developer menu, press D. So I'm going here to press R, and as you see, the application getting refreshed or getting rebuilt. I press D, I see the development menu as I told you in the introduction. So of course you can do that as well on Windows devices or Android, which will be the same. So for that, let's start our development. As you see here, we have Hello World app. Let's remove Hello World and we will keep only app. So for that, I need to change this as well, export it, and we will have here app only. And also we have to make sure that also the index.js should be as well as an app. So for that, we are ready. Let's go to the next lecture where we will work directly with the application. I don't want to go through introductions and a lot of talk. We just need to make sure that we have Prettier, as I explained, are configured well. We have installed the extension, which is called Prettier. I spoke about it before. And also we have all the things which I told you before about, for example, React Native snippet tools. So which is very great for writing snippets, like creating components, etc. So we have also this snippet installed to fast or we be more productive in the course. So in the next lecture, we will install the React Native navigation where we have two screens. One, it will be for the crypto prices list, and the other, it will be for the detail of the crypto.